Namaste. Welcome to the live session of Hanuman Chalisa. As I've mentioned before, this is a hybrid session. There is a physical class happening simultaneously, so there may be disturbances. Kindly excuse. Do have a notebook and a pen with you to note down the meanings. If you have any questions, you may type them on the live chat window, and I will address them as and when I see it, or definitely at the end of the class. Thank you. We will start the session with Om 3 times. नमः हरिः ओम् तापिच्छनीलं धृतदिव्यशीलं ब्रह्माद्वयं व्यापकमव्ययं च राजाधिराजं विशदं विराजं सीताभिरामं प्रणमामि रामं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीगुरुचरणसरोजरज निजमनमुकुरसुधारि वरणौ रघुवरविमलयश जोदायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीनतनुजानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बलबुद्धिविद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी. Have I taught that yet? No, I think. Okay, I'll just teach it in today's class definitely. So we go back to Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi. We are in the middle of learning the meaning of Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi. So we will we'll finish that verse and then move on to the next one. Here we have seen the meaning of Mahavira, the valorous one. Vikrama, the one who took gigantic strides to cross the ocean. Kumati Nivara, one who does not keep association with people of bad intellect, who actually are bad-minded people, who doesn't support bad-minded people. What was the example we saw in the previous class? Ravana. He does not support Ravana. He in fact actively works to defeat Ravana. Who kills Ravana? Rama. When does he kill Ravana? When he fought a big war with him. And who actively helped Rama? And? Hanuman. Very good. So Hanuman is Kumati Nivara. And he is Sumati ke Sangi. Sumati is example of a person with good mind we saw in the last class was Vibhishana. So he always supported good people. So if you and I are good people, he will always support us. If you have bad ideas like not listening to your mother, Hanuman will not support you. If you have good ideas like listening to your mother, Hanuman will support you. Okay? So now we come to Bajrangi. What is the meaning of Bajrangi? Vajra means diamond. Anga means limbs of the body. So one whose body is as strong as diamond. Which means, if Shriya was to go and give one wallop to Hanuman, who will feel the pain? Shriya will feel the pain, not Hanuman. So Vajrangi, one with a body as strong as diamonds. There is a very interesting story associated here. Because of the story, I decided, okay, I'll keep it in today's class rather than in the previous session. I'm sure many of you know the story. When Hanuman was a little boy, okay, his mother told him, he had asked her for a lot of food. He kept eating. In between for snacks, he wanted something to eat. She said, go eat the fruits which are there. What did our Hanuman do? He looked at the sun. How did it appear to him? Like a red fruit. When it looked like a red fruit, he did not hesitate to take a long leap at it and try to catch it. But he almost succeeded in catching the sun. But someone came in the way. Who came in the way, you know? No, before Indra, somebody else came in the way. Rahu. Rahu came in the way because he had to swallow the sun during the eclipse. During the eclipse, sun will disappear. No, why? Because Rahu comes in between the earth and the sun. Okay, so now Rahu came to swallow the sun. Actually, moon comes, but as per our Puranas, Rahu swallows the sun. Okay, this is because during the churning of the ocean to get nectar, Rahu and Ketu were demons who consumed the Amrita. So Surya Bhagavan outed their position, that they stole the nectar. So they cursed him in turn, saying that we will make you disappear by consuming you. This was only during the solar eclipse. Okay, so now our Rahu was ready to consume the sun. Hanuman thought, oh, before me one worm is trying to come and eat the sun, so I should stop the worm. So what did he do? He plucked Rahu by his tail and flung him off. Directly Rahu landed at Indra's court and begged for protection and said, please save me, this boy is ready to even consume the whole sun, thinking it to be a fruit. Indra meanwhile thought, oh, there is a great threat to Devaloka, so he unleashed his Vajrayudha on Hanuman, and Hanuman fell down senseless. Vayu, who is always there everywhere, swiftly ran and caught his son and disappeared with him as he fell due to the force of Indra's Vajrayudha all the way to Patala Loka. Vayu went with him. If Vayu goes to Patala Loka, will we have air to breathe in Bhuloka? No. So the entire Bhuloka became bereft of air. So everyone was worried because no life can sustain. Now right from Brahma to Indra to Shiva to everyone, all the Devas, Agni, everyone, they were all very concerned that there is no air to breathe. So they all went and begged forgiveness from Vayu and said, don't worry, we will revive your son. So the first person to say sorry was Indra. Okay, but is it enough to just say sorry? You must also show that you are sorry now. So they showed sorry. In each of them showed sorry in their own ways. How Brahma said, if a Brahmastra is unleashed on your son, even that will not affect him. Now one must remember the story of Hanuman crossing the ocean in Sundarakanda to retrieve Sita, to find out where Sita is. At that time, Indrajitnu, that is the son of Ravana, he unleashed the Brahmastra on Hanuman. Actually, it had no effect on him. Okay, but he pretended to fall down because the Brahmastra hit him. Why? Because he wanted to be taken to Ravana's court. And of course, respect for Brahma is one part, but his job was to be taken to Ravana's court. For that, he was ready to do anything. This incident we will now later see in another Nama also, 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡. There also this particular incident highlights how he is always eager to do Lord Rama's work, including allowing himself to be bound by the Brahmastra. Okay, so having, so this was a boon given by Brahma, that he will be immortal also. Shiva blessed him with, as usual, jnana. May you be always knowledgeable, may you gain knowledge of all the Vidyas. And also you know something, Shiva is the master of the Siddhis. Siddhis are supernatural powers. Anima, Lagima, Garima, Mahima, Prapti, Prakamyam, Ishitvam, Vashitvam, Cha Ashta Siddhayaha. What does it mean? Anima means ability to become very small like an atom. Hanuman demonstrates this during the Sundarakanda episode. Okay, Laghima means the ability to become as light as a feather. Mahima means the ability to become huge in size, which also he demonstrated at the time of the Sundarakanda incident. And then we have Garima, which is the ability to become really very heavy. And then Prapti, Prakamya, Ishitvam are all, Ishitvam means overlordship. Prapti and Prakamya are basically referred to these which help you attain what you want. Okay, different manifestation powers, and to also choose and to make yourself into different forms, to assume different forms. Hanuman assumed the form of a Brahmin to meet Rama and Lakshmana. How? Because he had this siddhi with him, that he could Prakamya, which means you could become anything that you wanted. So basically these 8 siddhis gave him supernatural powers. You have heard of Superman, correct? Yes, you have heard of, what other superhero have you heard of? Batman, then Spider-Man. So many, Superman. Now more than Superman, Spider-Man, Batman and all these characters, Hanuman had 8 siddhis, so he was very powerful. How are you? Okay? Injured soldier. Sit properly. So you want to sit on a chair or a stool? Okay. So he had all the 8 siddhis. This was a blessing of Lord Shiva. Okay, and then we see others also blessed him, not just Indra and Brahma, others and Shiva. Others also blessed him. Indra, of course, said, if ever a Vajrayudha is unleashed at Hanuman, it will never be able to attack him. So he had subsumed the power of the Vajrayudha in his form because he was hit by the Vajrayudha and he survived. So the power of Vajrayudha came to him, which is why he is considered Vajrangi. Not just because he is super strong, he works out every day. He is Bajrangi because the Vajrayudha hit him and he took the power of the Vajrayudha within himself, and after that he could never be defeated by the Vajrayudha. Okay, and then Varuna, Agni, Vayu. All 3 of them also had to give boons, no? Varuna is a lord of water. So what did he say? Even if you fall into deep water, you will never drown. And in the oceans, many beasts are there. Okay, they will never attack you. Animals are there, demons are there. They will never be able to win over you. In the Sundarakanda episode, Hanuman won over 2 terrible Asuris, Rakshasis, when he crossed the ocean. Okay, both of them, although Surata and Simhika, although both behaved with a lot of, this one he gave them a good fight, but he could never, actually speaking, he could never be won over by them because nothing that lives in water can defeat him. That was a boon given by Varuna. Agni, what do you think is a boon given by him?
We can come out of fire without.
Fire will not harm you. Tell me where it was applied. Lanka. You know what Hanuman thought when his tail was burning? I feel very cool, as if cool breeze is around me, is surrounding me. I am not feeling any heat at all. How is that possible? He wondered because he had forgotten about Agni's boon. Okay, this is actually there in Valmiki Ramayana. He says, cool air is circulating around me, no fire at all. What could be happening here? And then what did he proceed to do? He said, okay, since the fire is not burning me, let me do something nice. Let me burn the city. Okay, so he went out and did his work of burning the city. So that was Agni's boon. And then we come to Varuna's boon. What was Varuna's boon? Varuna we have seen, Agni we have seen, Vayu's boon. What do you think is Vayu's boon?
Will be able to travel as fast as the wind.
Will be able to travel as fast as the wind. Very good. And faster than the wind. Not just fast as the wind, but faster than the wind. Okay. And then our Kubera also, he had to also come and grant a boon because he was feeling very relieved. Abba, I can breathe and all the wealth of the world is safe. So what boon did he give him? He said you will always be happy and content. He didn't say you will be rich. He didn't say you will get a lot of wealth. He said you will always be happy and content. That is why you don't hear of Hanuman's bank balance. You hear of Rama having access to a whole kingdom. You hear of all the other kings and other rich people having a lot of wealth. But Hanuman's wealth was Rama only. So happiness and contentment was a boon given to him by Kubera, which is a great boon to have. And then Vishwakarma, the celestial architect, told there are many weapons that I have created. I have told in class many weapons before. At least give me 2 weapons that he has created that you remember. Sudarshana Chakra, excellent. And then Trishula, very good. And then many other weapons also he's created. So no weapon created by me can harm you. So if there is a Trishula, who holds a Trishula, Vagmi? Shiva. You see, no, Trishula, he holds a Trishula, trident. Okay, who holds Sudarshana Chakra? Okay, Vishnu. Okay, Rama holds the bow. What is the name of Rama's bow? Gandiva. Say? Sorry. Kodanda. You're right. Gandiva, I wasn't. Sorry. You're right. Thank you all for correcting me. It is Kodanda. So Rama's bow is Kodanda. Okay. So who created all these weapons? Vishwakarma. So Vishwakarma told, all the weapons created by me will not harm you. Okay, so this was a boons obtained by Hanuman. So Bajrangi means not just one with a body which is strong like diamonds, but one who holds the power of the Vajrayudha himself. Okay, so that is why he is Bajrangi. Now we'll move on to the next, the power of the Vajrayudha in his form. Okay, next one. Kanchana Varana Viraj 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡 कञ्चन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुण्डल कुञ्चित केशा कञ्चन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुण्डल कुञ्चित केशा Okay, so now we see the meaning together. We'll sing it once more. कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुण्डल कुञ्चित केशा. So, any doubts in this? No, na? Easy only? Okay, so I'll just refresh this page and we can see the meaning of. There is some problem. Okay, so Kanchana Varana. Kanchana means gold. Varana means auspicious form. Okay, so one with a golden auspicious form. Kanchana Varana. So one with a golden auspicious form. Kanchana Varana. And then Viraja. Shining. One who shines with a golden auspicious form. Kanchana Varana Viraja. Suvesha. Viraja means shining. One who shines with a golden auspicious form. Viraja Suvesha. One with a handsome appearance. So how is Hanuman looking? Golden. Okay. Golden skin and with a handsome appearance. Oh no, nothing has been heard because I haven't connected the speaker. Got a phone call in the middle and I have made a mistake. Am I audible to everyone now? I've connected an external speaker. And my chat window, I have typed something in the chat window. Okay, I'll again cover this one shloka because my audio seems to have gone off. Please repeat after me. Kanchana, repeat after me. Kanchana Varana Viraja Suvesha.
Kanchana Varana Viraja Suvesha.
Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha.
Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha.
Okay, together. Kanchana Varana Viraja Suvesha. Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha. So meaning Kanchana Varana, one with a golden auspicious form. Viraja, one who shines. Suvesha, one with a handsome appearance. Okay. Then Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha. Okay. So Kanana Kundala. Kanana refers to the Kan. What is the Kan? Ears. On the ears he has golden ear ornaments. Kundala refers to ball-shaped ear ornaments. Okay, so he wears these golden ball-shaped ear ornaments in his ears. Okay, that is the meaning of Kundala. Then Kunchita Kesha. Kesha refers to hair. Do you want the fan on? I can put it on. Kesha refers to hair. Kunchita refers to curly hair. Okay. No, it's okay. You can imagine Hanuman with beautiful curly hair and with a smiling face wearing golden ornaments. Okay, on his ears. So this is Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha, one with curly hair. Then Hatha Vajra. He holds, his hands are like Vajra, are like the thunderbolt. Okay, are like diamonds. Either way we can take. His hands are strong as diamonds. Thunderbolt. One whose hands are as strong as the diamonds, He holds something in his hand. What does he hold in his hand? Gada. Here the Gada is equated to the Vajra. The Gada which he holds in his hands, the mace, is as strong as diamonds. So the mace is like a diamond. So that is another meaning. One whose mace is like a diamond. Gada. One whose mace is like a diamond. Hatha Vajra. Auru means and. Dhvaja Viraje. Viraj means to hold forth or hold proudly. What does he hold proudly? He holds a flag proudly. Whose flag? Rama's victory flag. So there is a story here, I'll tell you. So one who holds the victory flag of Rama proudly in his hands. Hatha Vajra, one whose hand is strong like diamond, or one who holds a Gada which is powerful like diamond. And then Dhvaja Viraje, one who holds a flag, the flag of Rama's victory, proudly in his hands. That is the meaning of Dhvaja Viraje. Oh, I didn't even come there, no? I went off to the next shloka meaning. Okay, we'll go back to the previous shloka. There was a few more things that I wanted to say. Kanchana Varana Viraja Suvesha. Kanchana Varana means one who has golden form, like I said, and one who has curly hair and wearing golden ornaments. Actually, these two shlokas are related. Let me finish both the shlokas chanting meaning and then go into the deeper meaning. There is a beautiful instance, 3 instances here which are picked from the Ramayana in these 2 shlokas. I'll teach the next shloka, Hatha Vajra or Dhvaja Viraje. Then we can see the meaning together. हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे,
हाथ वज्र और
ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज,
कांधे मुंज,
कांधे मूंज,
कांधे मुंज,
जनेऊ साजे,
जनेऊ साजे.
It's a corruption of the word janevu. That's why you're looking at me like that. Janevu is a Hindi word for janevu. Okay. Kandhe munj janevu saje.
कांधे मुंज, जनेऊ साजे.
हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे,
हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे,
कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे,
कांधे मुंज,
जनेऊ साजे. Together. हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे. Again we'll start from this one, Kanchana Varana. Kanchana Varana Viraja Suvesha, Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha, हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे. Okay, if I did not explain this shloka meaning, the complete meaning anyway won't make sense. So, Hatha Vajra, one whose hands are strong like diamond, holds the base like a diamond. One who holds the victory flag of Rama proudly in his hands. Kandhe Munj, Kandha refers to shoulder. On his shoulder, he wears a munj. Munj is the that the sacred thread, right, Janevu, is made of munja, grass. Okay, that grass, different varnas of people had different kinds of sacred thread that they would wear. Brahmins would wear made of munja grass. Okay, so if he is wearing the Kshatriyas will wear of silk, like this. Different people have different, not only silk, there are different things. Goat hair, like this, different things are there. Okay, and even the dhoti, this is all mentioned in Manusmriti. The dhoti they would wear would be different thing. Brahmins would wear coarse cotton. Kshatriyas would wear silk. So like this, Vaishyas would wear a different kind. So like that, different people wore different kinds of sacred thread. From that you can make out who he is. Okay, so now if he is wearing munja grass as his Janeyu, sacred thread, who is he? Brahmin. So Hanuman appears like a Brahmin in 3 instances in Ramayana as per Tulsidas. In Valmiki Ramayana, one instance that I know of where he met Rama and Lakshmana, we saw the shloka also. In 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡, there are 3 instances where he comes as a Brahmin. All 3 instances are very nice and they have a nice impact, nice explanation of Hanuman Chalisa can be got from these 2 shlokas and the next 2 also on how he appears as a Brahmin before 2 others. We'll just see that. So, Kandhe Munja Janeyu Sajay. Sajay means shines. So, one who shines with a sacred thread made of munja grass worn across his shoulders. That is the meaning of the second line. So, one who shines with the sacred thread made out of munja grass worn across his shoulders. One who shines with the munja grass sacred thread worn across his shoulders. Now we will see the combined meaning of these 2 shlokas. Having seen the basic meaning, you will try to understand a little more. Normally one wouldn't expect a monkey to have golden skin, wearing golden ear ornaments, wearing sacred thread, etc. But Hanuman was no ordinary monkey. He was Shiva himself, correct? Shankara Suvana, as will come now. That is why he had the ability to take different forms. So when he appeared before Rama and Lakshmana, he appeared like a Brahmin. Okay, so but with slightly simian features. Okay, which is why he was, he looked, there's a beautiful description of his given in 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡, where when he appeared before Rama, it was not the, see, some people know, they don't look very handsome if you see all the features individually. But if you see them directly, the moment you see their full face or their full form, you see that they're very charming, very attractive. Right, so you can actually look, this nose is not a great nose, this jaw is not a great jaw, this teeth, they are all irregular and out of shape, but you see the whole form together, you will say, so attractive. So Tulsidas says, Hanuman, like that, if you take his individual features, may not have been the most handsome person, but if you see the whole form, he was so captivating and so handsome. You know why? Like any great sage or muni would be, his mind was only fixed internally on Rama. So when Rama shines forth in your whole form, how can you but fail to be handsome and attractive to anybody? If Rama is attractive to everyone, that is his name. One who charms, captivates the mind of yogis is Rama. So if Ramanama is constantly on your lips, even if you don't look like Miss Universe, you will be very beautiful. Why? Because the beauty comes from Rama's name. This is what 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡 Tulsidas mentions about Hanuman's appearance. So in these 2 shlokas, Hanuman's appearance is mentioned to be that of a Brahmin. He takes the form of a Brahmin 3 times, as I told. First before Rama and Lakshmana, when in 𝗪𝗔𝗪𝗂𝗺 mountains, when he had to meet them on request from Sugriva. Right? So he didn't want to scare them. So he went to the form of a Brahmin. Then there is another instance where in the Sundarakanda, this is not there in Valmiki Ramayana, this is there in 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡. Okay, in Valmiki Ramayana, what happens is after Hanuman crosses the ocean and goes in search of Sita, he sees the inner quarters of Ravana, he sees all the beautiful damsels, he sees the Pushpaka Vimana, he sees the sights and glories of Lanka, sees everywhere, in every place he searches except for the Ashokavana. Before that he says, oh my God, I am very depressed, I have lost confidence, I have come on Rama's work. Now if Rama can't help me, who will? So he actually, there's a beautiful shloka, that shloka I remember, next time I'll get that shloka and come. Basically it's a very good life lesson for all of us on depression. If you become depressed, anything that can be achieved easily also you can't achieve. Whereas if you are not depressed, you can achieve anything. So you should have confidence. And in this case, where is the confidence coming from? From Rama. So in the very next chapter after that, by chance, he prays to Rama, By chance, he sights a new place which he has not seen, which is the Ashokavana. And there he says, Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devyai Chatasyai Janakatmajaye Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyaha Namostu Chandrarkamarudganebhyaha. Significance of that prayer is amazing. He has seen a new hope. Imagine all of us depressed because something bad is happening. We are not able to get out of that situation. You see a new hope, a new thing that gives you some promise. At that time, instead of greedily running behind that new opportunity, what does he do? He first prays to Rama. Namostu Ramaya sa Lakshmanaya. For him, Rama is always accompanied by Lakshmana. And then he says, Devyai Chatasye Janakatmajaye. He doesn't know Sita by name, form, nothing. He just knows Sita is there. So how does he address her? Janakatmaja, daughter of Janaka, I go to you. And then you see Rudra, Indra, Varuna, all the Dikpalakas of the 8 quarters he goes to, because they are the ones who have guided him to the special place where Sita is. So every time when we start in our ancient culture also, there are prayers which we chant for protection from all the 8 quarters. And whenever we say Namra Dikpala, Simantini, or any of those lines from Shamana Dandakam, or any other, even recently we saw, no? In another class, Saundradhari also we had seen. Wherever the Dikpalas, Mukunda Brahmendra, Sputa Makuta Nirajtapadam. Whenever the Dikpalas of the quarters are mentioned in the shloka, the reason why we take their name is to ask for their protection. Okay. So here he asks for their protection and then embarks on a search for Sita. He goes to Ashokavana. This is the story in 𝗟𝗵𝗂𝗺 Ramayana. In Ramcharitamanas it is slightly different. He goes there, he sees some of the ladies. He's like, could this be Sita? Even in 𝗟𝗵𝗂𝗺 Ramayana, he thinks, could this be Sita? He in fact lifts on bed sheet, sees who's there. No, this is not Sita. She cannot be sleeping so happily and peacefully when she is missing Rama. How can this lady be sleeping on a silken bed? Not my Sita, not Rama's Sita. So he keeps saying, no, it's not her, it's not. And finally, it becomes almost daybreak. Whole night he was searching. Whole night he sees Ravana lying there on his throne, looking drunk and in a stupor. And he is like, oh my God, this powerful man Rama has to fight with. How will he fight with such a person, he thinks. And then it becomes morning. Morning, he hears a wonderful sound. You know what he hears? Rama, Rama, Rama. Who chanted? Vibhishana. So the moment, you know the story, you guessed. थोड़ा मालूम है
रामचरितमानस तो थोड़ा पता है.
हाँ, so the moment he heard Rama 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 from Vibhishana's house, he had to immediately investigate. So he bit his tail in happiness, because monkeys, when they are happy, they bite their tail. So he bit his tail in happiness, and then he couldn't knock on the door. If you knock on the door, then you don't know if somebody is fooling or this one. So he assumed the shape of a Brahmin, and then he apparated before Vibhishana and said, "Wow, you have actually sung the name of Rama. Who are you and what are you doing here?" Vibhishana tells him his whole life story. I am the younger brother of Ravana, but I am the greatest devotee of Rama. Then he said, Rama is nearby. He will come for you. He will come for you. He will come for Sita. Then he tells the whole story of how, because he can trust him now, he has established a trust with Vibhishana. So then Vibhishana is the one who outs the position of the Ashokavana. And he sends his daughter to accompany. He says, okay, she will show you something, he says. But basically, at that point, to win the trust of Vibhishana, he took the form of a Brahmin. Okay. In the next shloka, I'll again come back to the 3 instances, because there his quality will be coming out, that we will do. And then the 3rd instance. So this is the second case where he came as a Brahmin. 3rd story where he came as a Brahmin, you know, when Hanuman was carrying the Sanjeevani mountain back to
भरत से मिले थे जो.
भारत क्या करे मालूम? भारत उसको देख के, क्या है ये असुर कोई है जो ये पूरा पर्वत को उठा के भाग रहा है. So what did he do? Bharat shot an arrow with Rama's name on Hanuman's leg. Now if Rama's name is there on the leg, will Hanuman fail to take the arrow? No. So he took the arrow, and therefore he is known as Langda. In some cultures in North India, in some temples, you call him Langda Hanuman. Why do you call him Langda Hanuman? Because he got hit by Ramanama arrow sent by Bharata. Then he told Bharata, see, I am taking the Sanjeevani mountain to save your brother's life. Bharata said, please go, and he sent him. So this time, after the victory was over, Hanuman was carrying victory flag and waving it everywhere, and Rama said, go tell my Bharata, he is waiting. He promised that he will commit suicide if I don't come within the stipulated time. So he is at Nandigrama waiting for me. But just see the situation. In case Bharata wants the kingdom, don't tell him that I am back to take the kingdom. If he wants the kingdom, let him be very happy. Tell him that Rama is safe and happy. That's all you do. For that, you have to go and find out what is the right situation and accordingly talk. 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡, very good at doing Rama's work. This is another example. Okay, he had to do this for Rama's sake. So how did he do it? Very skillfully. Instead of going again like a monkey and then getting shot by Bharata, and that time he didn't know, will Bharata be enjoying his life as a king in Nandigrama, or will he be living as an hermit pining for Rama? He doesn't know. In 𝗟𝗪𝗂𝗺 Ramayana, there is no doubt. In 𝗟𝗪𝗂𝗺 Ramayana, Bharata is waiting eagerly for Rama. That's all. And Rama sends eager, go see my brother and tell him that I am safe. But here in 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗏 there is a doubt in Rama's mind. And this doubt is not bad. This doubt is a good doubt. He says, oh, my brother, if he wants to be happy, I'm happy for him. That was the whole purpose of giving the kingdom to him. So if he wants the kingdom, let him have it. So since that was the intent of Rama, Hanuman had to skillfully succeed in his mission. So how did he go? As a Brahmin. Very kindly he went. Softly he went, without any aggression in his form, carrying the flag of Rama's victory by his side. There he went and saw Bharata crying, saying, Rama, 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 you have not come back, you have not come back. Then he realized Bharata does not need the kingdom, Bharata only wants Rama. So immediately he goes to Bharata, hugs him and says, your brother is safe. 3 lines he speaks, saying Rama has won, Sita is returned to Rama, and Rama will come back to Ayodhya. For these 3 words, 3 lines that he says, I'm not reading the ones in Avadhi, I'm just telling you the summary of the story. The moment he tells these 3 lines, Bharata says, you are my father. You have done what I wanted, you have managed to accomplish, for that you are my father. He calls him 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏. Okay, I believe that you are none else but my father who has appeared before me carrying this amazing news. So this is the 3rd time that he appeared as a Brahmin in front of Bharata. So 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏, the whole fact that he carried these the news back, okay, was from was the context here. Okay, why did he appear as a Brahmin? Did I miss anything that I wanted to say? Let me just quickly see. Yeah, I think I have told you all that is there in this particular shloka. We will learn the next one. I think Radha Bhagini has shared some things in. Okay, what I 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏 shloka she has shared. Thank you so much, Radha ji, for sharing it in our WhatsApp group. I'm sending it to the offline students as well. That's a very amazing shloka. We will take 5 minutes to learn the meaning of that shloka, because it is a life lesson for children and for adults. Especially for adults also. We face so many disappointments in life. When we face disappointments, what should be our attitude? I've sent it to the group. 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏 Shri. Please repeat after me. 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏 Shriyo Moolam. 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏 Shriyo Moolam. 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏 Param Sukham. 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗏 Param Sukham. 𝗟निर्वेदो हि सततम्. 𝗟निर्वेदो हि सततम्. सर्वार्थेषु प्रवर्तकः. सर्वार्थेषु प्रवर्तकः. अनिर्वेदः श्रियो मूलः. मूलम्. अनिर्वेद, nirveda, sadness. Anirveda, not getting bogged down by sadness. Sad things, bad things may happen. But what determines whether we are happy or sad? What is the pravartaka? What is not time. See, somebody comes and tells, hi Satir, you're a bad student. Okay, if somebody tells you like that, what makes you experience sadness? Where do you feel the sadness? Where do you feel the sadness? Which part of you feels the sadness? Mind. Okay, mind or heart, however you want to call it. But basically it's a mind which experiences sadness and happiness. Correct? Why do you experience sadness or happiness?
Because if we don't like something, we experience that.
When something is not conducive to our happiness, we experience sadness. Okay, for example, it could be something as small as somebody saying, as big as somebody saying harsh words. It could be something as small as, I want the chocolate. Vagvi, now she's sleeping. I want the chocolate. I want the chocolate. I want the chocolate. And you say no, no, no to her 3 times. After that, she is very sad for a total of 3 minutes. But she is very sad in those 3 minutes because she did not get what she wanted. So it could be anything, big or small. And for adults, we don't have to tell only. So many cases causes so many cases of sadness beyond our control. When we feel that we can control something and we feel sad about it, even then you can say, okay, bhai, chalo, I felt sad. But in many cases beyond our control also, we feel sad. So when we feel sad, we prevent ourselves from doing good. Because doing good can happen only with a positive and happy mind. Being a good mother. Say for example, you have got hurt by somebody's statement. At that time, you will not be able to give your full attention to your child. You will only be dwelling on your sadness rather than dealing with your child. So that is, child is one example. Work is another example. You have work to do. Instead, you're thinking of the promotion that somebody has grabbed from you, or something that has gone wrong at work. And what happens? You are not able to focus your mind on the work at hand. So the moment sadness takes over, or even extreme happiness for that matter, equanimity is always preferred. So what happens when we have this kind of sadness? It pulls you down. That's why they say depression pulls you down. So, Shriyaha Moolam is Anirvedaha. Shriyaha means auspiciousness. For all auspiciousness, the cause for it is lack of sadness. Even if sad things happen, what we have to do is tell ourselves, yes, this sad thing has happened. Offer it to Bhagavan and say, this is a bad thing that has happened. Now let me get about doing my work. I have to get out of this. So, get out of it and do your work. Automatically, Shriyaha, auspiciousness is guaranteed. Okay, so Anirvedaha, Shriyaha Moolam. Okay, and then Anirvedaha Param Sukham. If you are not sad, even if people try to make you sad, that is the greatest happiness you can have. Correct? You are unaffected by things that make you sad. So, you experience Param Sukham. Anirvedaha hi satatam sarvartheshu pravartakaha. There are 4 arthas, 4 purusharthas. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. We work typically, purusharthas are motivations for our human effort. These purusharthas, how do we achieve? Through our work. To work properly, to achieve our purusharthas, we need to have a positive mindset. The moment we are sad, we cannot have that mindset. Right? So, by this shloka, Hanuman counsels himself. Those days he did not have an expensive psychiatrist to whom he could go for counseling session, and the psychiatrist will tell you, tell me all about your disturbed childhood. Oh, did you get hit by the Vajrayudha? Is that the reason why you are depressed today? Okay, there is no expensive psychiatrist to counsel Hanuman. In fact, he has met with terrible disappointment. He was not able to find Sita at the end of a concerted day search. Hanuman did not eat any food the whole time. From the time he took the leap, again example for 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡, whole time that since he left across the ocean, he didn't eat even one bit of food. You and I, every 2 hours, our stomach will tell, make its presence known. But Hanuman, no, he didn't eat also. Despite all that, he counsels himself. That is a mark of a true leader, a person who is able to motivate himself and others around him. That is why we learn from Hanuman. If we were just, somebody was to come and tell us, don't be sad, everything will be good, leave it to Rama and do your work, we'll do our work. But there, nobody was there to tell. Hanuman told this to himself and then started his work. And then what happened? He met with success. This statement, I believe, is one of the turning points. Before he says Namostu Ramaya, right? Before he spots the Ashokavanam, this point is where he really dwells. Let me not be sad. And there are a couple of other gems from Sundarakanda like this about how when he cited these women, his mind became, did his mind become chanchala? Was a question he asked himself. This kind of self-evaluation, again is a mark of a great leader. To see, am I on the right path? How many of us ask ourselves a question? Exam is there 15 days down the line. We have put a timetable. We have barely studied according to the timetable. Do we ask ourselves, have we studied properly according to the timetable? We should ask. That is only self-evaluation. That will tell us whether we are on the right path or not. Okay, it is not only for you, it is for everybody. Okay, don't worry. I have not even named you. And then we come to the next. Okay, do we have time? Yes, we have time to learn one more shloka. So, this was the gem from Sundarakanda which talked about never be depressed. So, next. Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandana
Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandana
Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandana Jagavandana
Teja Pratapa Maha Jagavandana
Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandana
Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandana
Teja Pratapa Maha Jagavandana
Teja Pratapa Maha Jagavandana.
Together. Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandana Teja Pratapa Maha Jagavandana. Once more. Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandana Teja Pratapa Maha Jagavandana together we will chant from Kanchana Varana, these 6 lines that we have learned today. Then we'll close the session.
Kanchana Varana Viraj Suvesha Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesha हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन.
Okay, we learn the meaning of this particular verse in the next class. So we will close with Om 3 times. If there are no questions, I'll stop that class also in a minute. Okay, Om 3 times and we can stop. गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. सर्वं कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. धन्यवादः. I'm stopping the stream. I think there are no questions in the chat. Thank you so much. धन्यवादः. Okay.